You're watching Midday, streaming right now on our 10 Tampa Bay Plus app. Good to have you with us. I'm Josh Sidorowitz in for Courtney Robinson. Just into the newsroom here, we do have new information on 3 Tampa hikers found in southern Utah after floodwaters poured into a slot canyon, trapping them there. Right now, we can confirm the 2 hikers you see here on your screen are dead, Dr. Jeffrey Watson and Bill Romaniello. A 3rd hiker, Ed Smith, has been rescued, and you were looking here at new video just in showing the moment that he was hoisted out by a helicopter. The Utah Department of Public Safety says that they received a distress call at around 5 o'clock Monday evening. They used infrared cameras to locate them, saying that he was extremely cold. He was weak when they did get to him. Now, all 3 were members of the orthopedic medical group of Tampa Bay. The organization posting this on Facebook, writing Dr. Watson and Bill Romaniello leave, quote, an incredible legacy and monumental void in the hearts of everyone who knew them. I want to bring in meteorologist Tyler Moore here now to explain more about these slot canyons. And Tyler, how they form and why, as we can see, they can be so dangerous.
Yeah, Josh, you know, being here in Florida, we're not very familiar with what slot canyons might be and why they develop. And this is kind of a picture of what you could see as you were hiking through one when they're dry. But let's first talk about how they form. So we're going to bring in our slot canyon here that's going to develop. So what it has to do with the rock. The desert Southwest has a lot of sandstone and limestone. That makes it very easy to wash away from rain. So you get runoff from showers and thunderstorms, even snowfall melt during the spring months. And like we saw with the atmospheric rivers, it pumps a lot of water into these areas. And water is going to erode away at some of that soil, at some of that sandstone, and it slowly wears it down. We're talking over millions of years. And water continues to follow the path of least resistance. So you're looking at that same gap getting bigger and bigger and deeper until it continues to work its way all the way down. The thing with slot canyons, why they're so unique, is they're very deep, but they're not very wide. You're talking only a couple feet wide, and that's why people love to explore them, because they're very cool to get down in there. But that also makes it very hard to escape. You're talking about when floodwaters rush in, you can't get out of the walls because the water there is so deep and it's so hard to climb out.
All right, thank you for that explanation, Tyler. Why don't you take a look at this? Investigators right now are trying to figure out exactly how a 36-year-old driver crashed into this Panera Bread. This was this morning in Wesley Chapel. Florida Highway Patrol said it happened just before 7. This is at the Shops at Wiregrass. Firefighters said that the driver hit a parked car before then crashing into this building. The car caught fire. They were able to put it out. The driver was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Luckily, though, no one else was hurt. And yet another deadly crash at the Gateway Expressway project on I-275. This time, we're told that a construction worker flagging traffic for the project was killed when they were hit by a driver. Happened Thursday on 118th Street North here, just as you're approaching 43rd Street. Last year, if you remember the same project, it was temporarily halted after a construction driver hit and killed Pinellas County Deputy Michael Hartwick with a front loader. Right now, 2 men are facing charges in connection to that deadly shooting at a surf shop in Clearwater Beach Tuesday. We first told you about that second arrest made in this case yesterday here on Midday. Investigators say 20-year-old Jonathan Stanley pulled the trigger and Zaya Masucci helped him after that shooting. Clearwater police released this surveillance video showing the moments right before they say a fight broke out, leading to 22-year-old Rodney Sweeney being shot. Afterward, you could see the guys running out here. Rodney was taken to the hospital where he later died. Masucci has since bonded out of jail. Police tell us he admitted to letting Stanley stay overnight at his home after that shooting and then went back to the area to pick up his car. Also in Clearwater, an update here. City Council has now approved a new ordinance to increase safety at a local abortion clinic as protests there have really escalated recently.
Motion to approve agenda item 9.4.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
So this ordinance will now create a 5-foot buffer zone from the perimeter of the driveway Monday through Saturday, 7 in the morning to 6 in the evening, their operating hours. Clearwater's police chief was one who really pushed for this change. He said that there were safety concerns with protesters. You can see in some of these videos surrounding the cars that were coming and going through this driveway. Once it is in effect, crossing that boundary will be a violation, Class 3 violation with a $130 fine. And as we've seen tensions like that ratchet up, lawmakers are pushing ahead on a bill that would ban abortions here in Florida after 6 weeks of pregnancy. The bill that would do that has now passed through a House committee. It would include exceptions for rape, incest, and medical emergencies. Lawmakers, they debated, though, if the ban is too restrictive, and critics point to research they say shows that 1 in 3 women don't even know they're pregnant until 6 weeks or later.
Our debate's not easy, our work's not easy, but it is worth it because we are talking about life.
This is not progress. This is not pro-life. This is pro-control.
So this bill must go through one more House committee before a vote on the floor. The Senate's version of this bill is also in committee right now. All new this midday, Governor Ron DeSantis is highlighting Florida's recovery efforts after Hurricane Ian. He was just in Fort Myers, where he said, while they've made some big progress, there is still a lot more work to be done in making permanent repairs to roads, homes, and businesses. He says much of the focus now is on economic recovery, announcing millions of dollars in awards and reimbursements for those who've been impacted by the storm.
These investments will help local businesses as well as the local economy get back on track.
And Florida Congressman Byron Donalds said that he estimates there are about 1,500 people in the area who've been displaced because of Hurricane Ian. And he says he's asking the White House and FEMA to authorize more assistance. Let's get you in the know now with some other stories that are making headlines here on your Friday afternoon. Right now, the Army is investigating the death of another soldier at Fort Hood in Texas. Private Anna Basaldua Ruiz, a 21-year-old combat engineer. She served with the 1st Cavalry Division for the past 15 months. Now, her parents said that base officials told them that she died by suicide, but her mother says she had recently complained about being sexually harassed by an Army superior and others on the base. You recall this is the same base where 20-year-old Vanessa Guillen was murdered in 2019. A ban on treatment for transgender kids and teens here in Florida is now in effect, and now there is also a bill being proposed in the legislature that could go further by punishing medical providers and parents who go against the state. Providers would be punished for violating the rule with a 3rd-degree felony. It would also allow courts to take custody from Florida parents who are seeking gender-affirming care for their child out of state. This new rule and the proposed bill are not in line with guidance from the federal government and the American Medical Association. Ford is recalling more than 1 million Ford Fusions and Lincoln MKZs over a potential brake fluid leak. Regulators say that faulty brake fluid hoses can rupture, which would require more distance to stop the car, increasing the risk potentially of a crash. If your car is impacted, Ford says that you will get something in the mail and you will be able to take it to a dealer free of charge. Well, luggage and other items left behind at the airport often wind up in the lost and found, but one man had to track down security footage to find his lost bag, and as Christine Lazar shows you, he couldn't believe what he saw.
I was appalled.
Keon Brooks watched as a Spirit Airlines gate agent at the airport in New Orleans rifled through his bag, pocketing some of the contents while discarding the rest. Brooks accidentally left his carry-on at the ticket counter on February 19th as he was flying home to Los Angeles after attending a funeral. He filed a lost and found claim, but when his bag didn't turn up, he put in a public records request to the airport for security footage at the gate.
I had a gut feeling that something went wrong.
On the video, you see one Spirit worker approach Brooks' bag where he left it. She then takes it behind the counter. Minutes later, after all the passengers on his flight had boarded, she brings the bag over to a nearby seat where she rifles through it.
I did notice that she was stuffing some things in her pocket.
In addition to his jewelry, Brooks says he also had life-saving medication in his bag. The worker eventually moves over to a trash can. You can see her open one pill bottle and pour out the contents right into the can. The gate agent then throws the bag and the rest of its contents into the trash and casually walks away.
My heart just sunk because it's like, for instance, there was a family heirloom in there.
Brooks did reach out to Spirit and sent the airline the video, and they refunded the cost of his flight.
In a statement to CBS, Spirit says that the contract workers have been suspended by the vendor as the investigation here plays out, and that the vendor is expediting compensation for the items that were in Brooks's bag. All right, right now, let's take you live out to Dublin, Ireland for St. Patrick's Day today. They're 4 hours ahead of us there. They're just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Tyler, here at home, you know, we're celebrating St. Patty's Day today. Perfect weather to be outside. And considering, too, we rescheduled it It was supposed to be tomorrow, Tyler. So, I mean, couldn't have asked for a better day, really.
Yeah, you see those people over in Ireland, and they're pretty bundled up over there. Not really for us, for a lot of those people who might be heading out to the Riverwalk area to see the Tampa River or the Hillsborough River get dyed green. Temperatures in the 70s. In Dublin right now, 52 degrees. They've actually seen rain showers on and off throughout the day. Looks like they're getting a little bit of sunshine now to mix in there, but still, we're about 20 to 25 degrees warmer than them. So our forecast for the rest of the day is looking fantastic. Lower 80s. More sunshine across the area. It is going to get a little bit breezy. Well, it is breezy out there right now, but even stronger winds throughout the rest of this afternoon and really through the weekend. Getting into a pretty windy weather pattern across the area. Temperatures are easily climbing into the 70s now. We're at 76 in Tampa, like we just saw. 76 also in Sarasota. Venice, you're closing in on 80 already. Still 68 in Crystal River, one of the cooler spots, and 73 in Clearwater. But these temperatures, they're going to keep working their way on up into the upper 70s and lower 80s. For highs this afternoon. You have a couple areas of clouds. You can see just a little bit of white popping up here and there, just some fair weather cumulus clouds. Otherwise, we are seeing clear skies across a lot of the area. High pressure's leaving us. See this right here? It used to be closer towards the coastal areas. Now it's moving out into the middle of the Atlantic, and that's entering the cold front now, allowing it to move it on in. And that's why we're seeing some of the rain showers and thunderstorms that will be in the forecast for the weekend is as that cold front shifts closer and closer, our rain chances are going to go up. Now for today, though, we keep those clear skies throughout this afternoon right into this evening. Temperatures really won't drop too far tonight. We're only going to fall into the upper 60s as we're going to see that strong breeze out of the south bring in some more moisture. Tomorrow morning, I think we start off dry but cloudier. Your Saturday morning, there could be an isolated rain shower moving in off the Gulf, but I think most of it will be weakening as it moves on shore. The greatest rain chances are as the front pushes in during the afternoon hours. It's still only scattered. Not everyone is going to likely see heavy downpours and heavy rainfall for tomorrow. It's going to be another one of those where it's hit or miss pockets of rain showers or thunderstorms continuing through the afternoon and evening hours, but it does look like the greatest rain chances will come late in the day Saturday and into Saturday night. Working into Sunday, there's still some leftover moisture. Sunday's going to be a pretty nasty day, to be honest. It's going to be cloudy, gloomy, and cold with a pretty good breeze, too, out of the north. So it's going to feel more like you're living in Seattle on Sunday than here in Tampa, Florida. So keep that in mind that Sunday those temperatures really drop. And you can see it here on the temperature trend. We're lower 80s today into tomorrow. And they drop all the way down into the lower 60s for highs on Sunday. Monday will start a slow warming trend, but still pretty chilly as we enter the beginning of next week. For the rest of the day, though, again, we're looking good. Temperatures lower 80s, a few clouds out there. We'll slowly sink down into the 70s, eventually ending in the upper 60s later on tonight into tomorrow morning. The marine forecast for the rest of the day is looking good. That breeze is going to get a little bit choppy out there on the water, so we are seeing seas 2 to 3 feet through that gusty breeze at 10 to 20 knots. Gulf temperature sitting at 71 degrees. For tomorrow, you can see most of the morning hours are looking drier, cloudy, with rain chances increasing as we head into the evening hours for your Saturday. Sunday, that cold air really works in. We'll still see the chance for an isolated rain shower through Monday, and then warming temperatures towards the second half of next week.
Well, a new study in the Journal of Sleep Research finds sleep disorders are becoming more common for people who were hospitalized with long COVID. Half report struggling with insomnia. So on this, what is apparently World Sleep Day, Michael George explains that doctors want to bring awareness to the toll that this can take not only on your physical, but your mental health.
When Priya Matthew recovered from a mild case of COVID-19 in November, she thought she was out of the woods. Then came long COVID.
At one point, I counted 23 symptoms. The most alarming ones were shortness of breath, labored breathing, heart palpitations.
One of the most crippling symptoms was insomnia.
Nothing worked. I would just lie awake in agony all night, and it felt like electric shocks going through my body from my head down to my toes.
Dr. Emmanuel During has been seeing that in sleep patients at Mount Sinai Hospital. For those with long COVID, he says insomnia is often related to pain and is resistant to treatment.
Pain which can occur at night as well, and a lot of autonomic imbalance, autonomic impairment, which is the ability of our body to control heart rate and blood pressures. That can lead to episodes of palpitation, night sweats.
Even for those without long COVID, the pandemic has robbed Americans of their beauty rest. In a 2022 survey, nearly a third said they'd experienced sleep disturbances since COVID began. That's down from 56% the year before, a phenomenon described as COVID-somnia. Priya Matthew shared her battle in a column for Axios.
When you're so sleep deprived, how does that impact your day?
I mean, I couldn't work for a month, at least. Any little task took way too much energy. Just taking a shower, I had to rest for, 3 hours after that.
Doctors say it's critical to stick to your best sleep hygiene, regular bedtimes, and no screens late at night, with the hope that as the pandemic fades, we'll all get the sleep that's so essential to our health.
Well, doctors say it's a good idea to consult a sleep specialist because insomnia could reveal other health issues like sleep apnea. All right, we were just talking about it. It's almost time for the River O Green Festival, just under 4 hours from now. Mayor Jane Castor will sound the horn to officially start the process to dye the Hillsborough River green. And for the first time since 2018, the celebration is actually on St. Patrick's Day. How cool is that after getting bumped up because of the inclement weather forecast for tomorrow? It's all happening at the Curtis Hickson Waterfront Park until 10 o'clock this evening. So if you are thinking about heading downtown, 10 Tampa Bay's Jenny Dean shows you a couple of Irish pubs where you can celebrate.
We look forward to this day every year.
At Maloney's Irish Pub in downtown Tampa, they are ready for the party.
It's going to be insane here. There's 2 bar crawls, and we have great drinks, Irish fair food, live music, a DJ.
They have a full menu of Irish fare, including shepherd's pie, fish and chips, Reuben sandwiches, and shepherd's fries. As far as drinks, Maloney's just released a new spring cocktail menu with some fun fruity twists. And
green beer for sure. You know, everybody looks forward to that.
No green beer. We don't do green beer. That's not a thing, right? We sell Guinness.
Just down the street, the new 4 Green Fields in Channelside is sticking to tradition.
We do have corned beef and cabbage for March, even though it's not an Irish dish.
The new location is a replacement for the popular bar that used to be on Platt Street in South Tampa.
We took the bar, we took everything from Platt Street. This is the actual bar, the seating, everything except the roof. So we pulled all that down. This is the exact duplicate.
They also have an indoor-outdoor beer garden, a brewery on site, and a whiskey tasting room. The party gets started at noon with live music all day. In Tampa, Jenny Dean, 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, well, green beer or not, if you are going to be drinking today, AAA is activating its tow-to-go service. So if you are too impaired to drive, you can call for a ride to a safe place. It's just got to be within 10 miles of your location. The number's there on the screen, 855-2TOW2GO. You don't even have to be a AAA member. Service is available right now until 6 o'clock Monday morning. And a full day of St. Patrick's Day festivities underway right now in St. Petersburg as well. Patty Fest St. Pete is happening until 10 o'clock tonight. This is at Williams Park, where there is a full lineup of traditional Irish performers. They'll have, of course, food, activities to keep the whole family entertained. It does cost $5 to get in, but those 21 and older can get a free green beer. You must be 21 to enter the festival after 5 o'clock in the evening, though. And all of the proceeds are going to Ocean Aid 360, which is an organization that works to preserve Florida's coastal habitats and protect our marine lives. Get to have some fun and for a good cause.
I didn't know the green beer was so controversial.
Oh, it is. I don't mess with that. Not since college.
Exactly. All right, let's show you the forecast, though, for the rest of the day. We're going to look at more sunshine, so a good day to get out and enjoy some of the St. Patrick's Day events going on today. And the reason why you want to celebrate it today is because this is what's heading our way for tomorrow. A good chance for clouds, a couple rain showers and thunderstorms possible, maybe late in the day Saturday. And then really as we work our way into Sunday, we're going to see temperatures only in the 60s, a cloudy, cool, and breezy end to the week.
All right. Like I said, couldn't have picked a better day to reschedule River O Green out there.
Yeah, fantastic. Because, tomorrow it's hit or miss with the rain, but you don't want to risk it. You want everyone to enjoy the day, and why not start the weekend off right?
It's a good point, too. It's not going to be a total washout, but you definitely don't want to have a big event maybe happening outside just in case. All right, like we said, River turns green at around 4 o'clock this afternoon. All the fun and festivities begin. We hope you enjoy your day. Thanks for watching us here. We'll see you back on air for 10 Tampa Bay after the games tonight.
10 Tampa Bay Midday is sponsored by West Shore Home. Call for a free quote